this is a good situation. Let's be honest. This is a good economy.
Not something you hear from him often. Joining me now, my dear friend Ron Insana, CNBC senior analyst. Ron, for months, people were debating, will it be a hard landing? Will it be a soft landing? It seems it will be no landing. This is great news. Very good news across the board. What is your assessment?
Unambiguously good news. And not only do we get a strong employment report, the unemployment rate now has been below 4% for 24 straight months. That is the longest stretch since the mid-1960s. Wages are growing faster than inflation. The Atlanta Federal Reserve puts out a real-time estimate of growth for the U.S. economy. In the first quarter, the quarter that we're in right now, it's expected the economy could grow as much as 4%, which is actually faster than we were at the end of last year. So no landing is the correct assessment at this point in time.
Even right-wing media sort of finally acquiesced throughout the day. You know, normally they would say, like, but this, but that. Finally said, you know what? The truth is the truth. The numbers are good. So you're hearing that, you know, so we often hear, well, people are told the economy isn't strong. That's now changing. There's so much good data that people can't say, well, it's not so good. Do you think people will start to feel it more?
Well, we're seeing it in the consumer sentiment and the consumer confidence
data.
We're not seeing it in the polling because actually people are responding to the economy based on the party to which they belong. So if you're a Republican, you think the economy is not doing so well, at least according to the polls. If you're a Democrat, you think that it's doing better. I do think people are feeling it. The Stephanie, stock market, new all-time high for the S&P 500 and the Dow Jones Industrial Average. Americans have over $6 trillion in cash in money market mutual funds. That goes to $8 trillion if you count certificates.
We don't know what that means.
They have a lot of cash on hand, so consumer spending can remain strong for some time to come, which means the economy is not likely to slow down anytime soon. So this is a not just a good economy. This is about as good as it gets. You know, back in the 1990s when wages grew faster than inflation, that was a really good environment, new all-time highs in the stock market. It's effectively what we're seeing. The one wrinkle is the fact that prices overall in a post-pandemic world are higher than they were before the pandemic. But employment's better, inflation has slowed